Let's get it. What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Sean from Collector's Closet, coming at you with another review. And today we're going to take a look at the 1/12 scale Master Chief. Now this is by 1000 Toys. This is a re-edit Halo Infinite figure. I got this from GameStop. You can see up at the top, $179.99. 1000 Toys, you gotta relax. You gotta relax. But we're gonna take a look at it anyway. I did see a couple reviews on it, but this is my first take on a 1000 Toys figure. This is actually my first figure from 1000 Toys. So we're gonna take a look at it. This is an unbiased review. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Looking at the packaging, get an image of Master Chief. Re-edited Halo Infinite 1/12 scale Master Chief, blah blah blah. $179.99. $179.99. 1000 Toys, you gotta relax. On the side, nothing. On the back, just 1000 Toys. Same shit. 2001 Microsoft, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. On the side, not much. It's a standard sleeve. And once you slide this up, now I saw this in GameStop and I kept going past it. I'm like, $179, $180, almost $200. $200. But in the camera, the detail and presentation and the look of this figure, I went on ahead and bid. I bid. So we're gonna go over this unbiased. Like I said, unbiased. See if it's worth it. See if it's a pass or buy. But for $180, man, look. You got Hot Toys. You got Sideshow Collectibles. There's a lot of imports, that you're banging up against, especially from 1/12 scale, right? You got 1/6, you got a quarter scale, right? I don't know. Let's just dive into it. You get an open window view showcasing the figure, his accessories, but we're gonna unbox this live. Give you the full presentation on this one, because that's what this is about. I do unbox live, uncut, no editing allowed on a couple of my videos. Man, I'm kind of trying to shy away from doing it on, $20 figures and things like that. But this one here deserves the full review from unboxing to finish. You have a clamshell, and you also have, I guess, a breakdown of everything that it comes with. Some little bit of instructions. Get the MA40 assault rifle, CQS 48 Bulldog. Get Master Chief. Get the energy sword. Get some open hands, and it shows what hands to use for these particular weapons. So we put that to the side, and let's remove this clamshell. Let me know in the comments, man. Have you picked, everything just fell out. Should have had it land, but whatever. We about to go over it anyway, right? Have you picked up anything from 1000 Toys? And do you think it's worth it? You do get some plastic here, I guess, for the paint. Let's move that to the side. He stands right out of the box. It feels pretty good. Now let's go over accessories first. Like I said, you get the energy sword done look at the shine on that. Nice paint. Get some silver. That blue is popping. This is done pretty good. Here's one of his weapons. Get a little bit of paint going on it. Looks really, really, really good. Little blue paint here. Looks good. Feels good. You do have a peg here, so I'm assuming it pegs port somewhere on them. You do have, if I could get it out, I may need something to get that out. And there we go. I guess he holds that with one of his hands. Looks pretty good. You also have this weapon here. Nice shiny silver here. That same handle here. Get some orange paint, some black paint. This is like green. Here's the difference between the two. Looks good. Looks very, very good. Look at the grip for the handle. And you get these little pieces here. It does have an R on it. It's very small. And I'm glad that I was reviewing it where I'm reviewing it, because I probably would have lost these. It has an R on it. It's too small for me to hold. So I'm assuming it goes on the right hand side of them. And you have another one that has an L on it. Move those over to the side. So you comes with a variety of hands. Let's see. He has these hands here. Paint applied very well on the back side. He has a set of salute hands. Open, graspy hands. And your trigger finger hands. And in packaging, he comes with a set of fists. So let's go ahead and bring this guy close and see what we got going on. Here's the face shield. So you get a translucent plastic and you get some goldish, copperish looking paint or plastic behind it. He's very well detailed. Get some paint here on the mask. Some vents here, nicely sculpted and painted. 117. Some battle damage here. Very, very well sculpted and detailed. Does this open up? I'm not sure. Nice paint applied. The sculpt on it is A1. It feels really good in hand. Some paint here. Is the helmet. Looks like it opens up, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It looks very, very, very good. And the black has like a metallic paint or plastic to it. There we go. We're focused. But he looks good. Feels very good. We're gonna do some comparisons, man, with Jazzwares, Wicked Toys, Chief. Like I said, man, this is unbiased. So we pledge allegiance to no company. We just like the hotness. So let's go over articulation. The head could look up that far. Matter of fact, let's do this. 180. Let's bring out Jazzwares. $20. The shield, even though I like what 1000 Toys did with the clear translucent plastic shield, and you know they have that copperish tone behind it, they could have went with something like this, very shiny. And we're going to kind of do like a side by side on articulation. So the head on the Jazzwares, so he looks up a lot better. The greens are different. I mean, we're talking about $20 and we're talking about $180. So the plastic is a lot better on this guy. Not saying that anything is wrong with him, because it's not. Plastic on this is it's done pretty good. You do have pegs. You don't have pegs on 1000 Toys. The battle damage across the chest, I kind of like what they went with here, the dry brushing at silver. Let's move him over to the side. He can look down. Now there is a joint at the clavicle of the neck and at the top of the neck. So looking down, he goes that far down, and you can lift that neck up, right? And then at the top, that's how he looks up. So if he looks down, you get that much, and then when you add the neck, he goes a little bit further. So I do like that. The shoulders, look at the butterfly on this guy. And it's not broken up. You don't see a lot of dead space and hollowed out hollowness going on. So I do like that. So they come forward that far, and they go back just a little bit, and they do hinge down that far. This is also on the hinge, so it articulates and moves out the way. So the movement on the shoulders is crazy, right? Let's check out him. He has a little bit of butterfly. It does come forward, but he doesn't, and it goes back quite a bit in that rotation for the bicep, but he doesn't have that hinge to move that shoulder up and down like this guy does. See that? These move out the way. You can get his arms up. Not that far. This side seems not to. There we go. I had to lift it up. So keep that in mind. The way that their shoulder can come down and hinge up. If you want more range coming out, you have to lift that shoulder up. He has a little bit of bicep swivel. There we go. Double jointed elbow, which is executed very well. Doesn't look too bad to me. I mean, what are you gonna do? It's like they paid close attention to articulation with this guy. Look at that paint. Very well. Very nicely done. And like I said, these do hinge out, giving you more clearance. Now, the way that his ab cuts are done, you have a cut here. Then, right up under it, if I can get this to focus, you have, let's see if I can get this to focus, a cut here. Then you have your waist. These do hinge up. They get out the way. So at the top, he leans back about that far, comes forward, Get side to side. Get nice. It's just a ball. Right underneath it is where you get your actual crunch. So crunches forward that far. He goes back that far. So at the top, like I said, you get your rotation and rock. Right under it is where you get your forward and backward. Right? And at the hip is where you get your swivel. So combined, man, you can get this guy to articulate very, very nice. Check that out. Check that out. Very well implemented. I like that. Wrist, rotate. They're in a universal ball, so hinges in and out, up and down, and rotate. Let's get him. All right. Smooth those out the way. This shoulder keeps coming down. There we go. For the legs, like I said, these move out the way. So it start to kick out a little bit, but you can get them up that high. For him to 300 Spartan kick the shit out of you. Legs go back that far. They hinge out only about that far. I mean, but he's a big dude in the suit, so that's good enough. You do have thigh rotation, which is down in here if you can see it. I like that. You have double jointed knees. And look at that. Look at the panel work on this dude. So check that out. That does hinge so you could feel that gap on the knee. Sorry about that. Hitting the camera. So that is very well executed. Very well executed. Let's check out this guy's double knee. It just breaks up, and that is so long, and then that's just glued there. You don't have that hinge to cover up a lot of that breakage. But you do have thigh rotation on this guy too, which is done pretty good. His ab cut, and that is just terrible. I'm not gonna lie. You get nothing out of this. Nothing out of that. But it's $20. So, right? All right. And you have, let's see something. For the ankle, it hinges down that far. Hinges up that far. And this kind of, okay, so check on the back. This here gets out the way when you hinge his foot back. So I like that. You do get crazy pivot and a toe hinge, which I thought the toe hinge was actually here, but it's actually back here, which is not bad. I think it's actually more functional that way. It actually is. Check this out. Let's get him focused. Now that's very well executed. Let's move the Jazz Worlds. Alright, you know what? Let's move him to the side. It's all about this guy right now. Like, the posability that you get with this guy is crazy. Check this out. Let's get him a little crunch. Let's have that head come up a little bit. Let's move that up. Let's get him. $180. Is it worth it? They gotta relax. I mean, this thing is dope as hell. I think it should have been around 99 bucks, 100 bucks, hell, even $120. But 180, I don't know. I don't know. Let's check out the tilt on the head. You do get some tilt with the help of that neck. I mean, let's see something. Let's just play around with it. I mean, you can get this guy in some whatever you want to do with this dude, you can do. And there's just a ball. Check this out. Came off pretty easy. I may have went too far, but you get the ball down in the ankle. Get this to focus. Focus. There we go. So, and that's how that is. See if I can get that back on. Yep, goes on. Nice little satisfying click. But this dude, I mean, I don't think it's anything that you can't do with this guy. Right? And I'm just playing with it, right? Look at that. Look at that. Oh, man. 1,000 toys. Price, they got to relax, but they fucking nailed it. I mean, with a guy in a suit, so I'm being a little rough, but there's the hole. So it's just a ball joint. There's the hole. Here's the ball. Let me see if I can get that back on here. Guess I'm being a little too rough, but you guys are seeing this. Like I said, man, no editing allowed, right? But it goes on. Nice, satisfying. It's not loose, so I do appreciate that. It's not loose. It's just me being a little heavy-handed, being a little too excited. I gotta relax. But there he is. Let me go ahead and focus this. Now, let's take a look at his weapons. Let's do a trigger finger hand over here. There's the ball. And this port's on there, making this guy left-handed. Let's get one of his. Let's get this one here. See how that ports in. There we go. And let's get the trigger finger inside of the trigger. There we go. And it just fell off. Like I said, I'm being a little too rough. Now that does put that support peg on the outside. So let's do it this way. Let's get that one. We just fiddling around, man. We just playing around with this at this point. If you're ready to check out, I understand. But I want to go over this so you guys know what to expect. I mean, it's $180, so you're going to spend your money. Let's check out to see, the quality. Let's see if he can do. Now, I will say, man, that it falls off of this peg a little too easy. Like, I'm really not being that rough, and it's coming off of that ball joint. Let's see. Get that back on there. There we go. Just bring that in. Let's bring that in. And let's find another hand for him to hold. Let's see. this hand or another trigger hand. I really don't know. Nah, that's not the hand. It went over there in the instructions, so maybe he could cup. You know what? Let's do that. Let's cup it. Let's see. There we go. So, could cup it with that hand, right? Let's move them back. There we go. Now, which hand? You know what? I'm going to the instructions. Okay. So, this hand, it looks like goes for this here. Let's see how they have this. There we go. So it fits that opening. That opening fits right there. And then I guess the thumb. There we go. Boom. That's how that hand holds this weapon. See that? So let's go ahead and swap that out. Boom. Boom. And it's coming off of these ball. They need a longer ball because it just pops right off of this. Like I can't even move it. And you hear the click. I mean, it's on there, but it pops out way too easy. Come across. Just playing around with it at this point. Right? Get them kind of like, see how this, there we go. Now let's get them a little crunch, head up, run it towards us. Just move that back. Looks pretty dope. Looks really good. I don't have any major complaints other than the peg for the hands. Could be a little bit more, tight, right? But there he is. And for this weapon, we're going to use his trigger finger hand. And he grips it. Oh. Alright, we're going to do this. Grips around it. Let's see. Or does it go this? You know what? Let's do it the way the instructions have it. Let's take this one off. Yeah, this is turning out to be a long video, but hey, $180. We got to make sure that it's worth it, right? Just press that down. This thumb actually goes through there. There we go. So that's how that fits on there. Let's get it to focus. Right? Thumb gripped around there. So let's take that off. This side, this peg is either it's the hand or the peg. I don't know. Let's get this one on there. Is it worth the $180? Like I said, that's subjective. I don't know how to feel about that. Maybe 100, 120. I'm just fiddling around with it. That's how he holds that. But yeah, 1,000 toys. I mean, they knocked it out of the park with this one. Now let me see where these right and left. Let's see something. I know this video is long, but okay. So you have some ports here. And I guess that's what covers these up. I genuinely don't know. There's a little thing in there, but I guess it slides down review to show off that. Does this peg in there? Yep. So the weapons do peg on the side. There's a little lever in there that you open and close. You have some ports here. You can store the weapons there as well. But as far as these right and left pieces here, I do not know where they go. If you know, leave a comment. I don't think it fits here though. It doesn't. Ah, there we go. So they port in the back to cover the holes up. Okay. So I'm assuming, there we go. So you can fill in those holes with these. That's what it is. Okay. Okay. There we go. All in all, man, this is a dope ass looking figure, man. $180. I'm not a, for 1/12 scale, man, they gotta relax. But he does look very good. And comparing him to Jazzwares, $20, man, I mean, it's kind of unfair because this is a $20 figure and he's 180, but they both look good. They both look good. Which one do I recommend? Hell, the $20 one, of course. Right? And I recommend both. The quality, the paint, the articulation, the aesthetics. I mean, you get just as much accessories with this guy that you do with this, but you know, the quality, there's a difference in quality. His weapons are very pliable. They're hollow, but it's a good plastic. The paint, his armor, and all these bits, these panels, and you know, articulation, and the way things move out the way or fill in gaps. You know, you got to pay to play. You got to pay to play. So let's go over some comparisons. Here he is, of course, with Jazzware's Master Chief. See how they size up against each other. Jazzware's is a lot taller than this guy. Let's get him next to Storm Collectibles figure. See how he scales with him. I forgot his damn name. They're about the same height. I like how that looks. Right. Here he is with Hasbro's G.I. Joe Major Blood. This guy's tiny compared to these guys. That's how he scales with Hasbro, G.I. Joe. Here he is next to Marvel Legends Iron Man. And I like how this fits in, really. You know, it's like modern space looking type of deal. Right? And let's go with Marvel Legends Riri. We got all this armor and this armor going on. He looks very good and scales very well. Right? Let's move these guys off to the side. Because it's all about 1000 Toys Master Chief, right? Oh, they're falling. Anyway. This is your look at the 1000 Toys Master Chief Halo figure. Is it a buy or a pass? Hey, look, if you're into Halo and you're into Master Chief and you're looking for a very well detailed, painted, sculpted, articulated figure, this here is for you. I mean, you're not going to get anything better than this. Right? I mean, this guy is loaded with detail and articulation. So, but if you're not trying to spend $180, the Jazzwares $20 Master Chief is the way to go. Right? I mean, this thing is still pretty dope. You know what I mean? Double jointed elbows. It's a different plastic. It's a different ball game because we're talking $20 versus 180. They're using some very, very high quality plastic. But yeah, there he is. Like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys think about this one. You know my saying. It's your boy Sean, and I'm out. Holla at your dude. 1.